What's up guys, the Lazy Goldmaker here, back with another video, and today we're going to talk a little bit about rank 7 legendaries. This is probably going to be the most profitable market for the rest of the expansion, so let's take a look at how it functions, a little bit about how you can do it in TSM, how you can utilize TSM to more effectively craft and post these, and what you need to know to actually make gold with these recipes. So we're going to start off with the absolute basics of legendary crafting. To craft a rank 7 legendary, you need to have leveled your base legendary to rank 4, and then you need to craft it with the optional reagent Vestige of the Eternal. Now, as of right now, when I'm recording this is not available in game, so I can't actually make this footage. But this will be out after the 3rd reset, or after the 5th chapter in the Covenant campaign, or in the 9.2 campaign, I should say. You also need to be honored to actually learn the recipe with the Enlightened. But this is the main thing. So you have the rank 4 recipe, you add the vestige, and then you craft, and then you'll get an item level 291 rank 7 legendary. These legendaries can then be utilized to upgrade a rank 6 legendary or another lower rank legendary to rank 7, or just craft at a rank 7 outright, combined with your missives and the necessary currency, which you do at the Rune Carver, completely similar to how this has worked with lower rank recipes or legendaries earlier in the patch. So that's pretty much how it works. Obviously, if you're not honored already, you need to get on the horn. There's still time, probably, unless you've not done anything. You might be able to get there still, or if not, just start doing it so you can unlock the rank 7 recipe, because without the vestige, and it's not going to be that profitable. So let's look at how we can utilize Trade Skill Master to keep these in stock. The good thing is that in the latest versions of TSM, it now supports crafting operations for items with a with a optional reagent. So I believe that I have some crafting operations right here. I have my crafting operation for rank 6 legendaries, and if I restock this, it will add one of each rank 6 legendary to my crafting queue. And now I just need to craft the vestiges, which is what I'm missing for these rank 6s, and then I can craft. So you can use crafting operations to make sure that you have the correct amount that you want to have in stock. In general, I'd suggest having 2 to 3 of each max rank legendary in stock if you can. Now, obviously, if you're just starting out, you probably won't be able to afford that. So starting with 1 of each is better. It's generally better to have 2 different legendaries than 2 of the same. But it could be that certain slots are just so good that you just want to craft those in 9.2. That's something we will have to see a little bit. We have some ideas about what the good slots are, and if you haven't already, you can check out my video specifically on what legendary slots are going to be good in 9.2. We won't really talk that much about that. In this video, we're just going to focus on the actual how do you do it in game. I would definitely suggest tailoring your crafting operations to whatever you're facing on your realm. What legendaries are you getting sales on? Well, craft more of those. And don't be afraid to swap it around so that some of the legendaries you're crafting rank 7 helmets, you craft 3 of those, and you craft 1 each of the legs because they don't sell as fast. That's definitely something that you should do. Now, for posting and pricing these, we're going to have to put in a little bit of work. Now, luckily, I've put in all of that work ahead of time. So at the beginning of Shadowlands, Trade Skill Master didn't support the crafting price source correctly for higher rank legendaries. So I ended up building essentially the entire crafting cost by hand, and making operations for every rank and every combination of materials. So since I already had these formulas, it's very easy to just take the price of a rank 4 and then add the price of a vestige, which is what I've done. So what you need to do is to simply set up the correct vestige custom sources, which will be in the spreadsheet linked in the video description. As you can see here, I've named them E-Vestige, because they're the eternal vestiges. Where's the E-Vestiges? Here they are. Now I made these so they compare, they take the cheapest of the two that crafter can craft. So I have one crafter that can craft blacksmithing, jewel crafting. So they are essentially the same. And then I have one that's leatherworking, tailoring, and they are also the same. Where there's the min, and then it compares the price of the leatherworking legendary to the tailoring legendary vestige. And then we can just post, and obviously my setup post one at a time because there's no real point in having multiple. My setup will now ensure that it uses the correct crafting cost at all times. The only annoying part you will have to do is to set up the actual price sources. You will need to set up these e-vestige price sources. Whether you want to do it like this with the minimum, or where you would just combine two of them, or you just want to use the one you know is the cheapest. Both approaches work. You'll find both in the spreadsheet. So to do that, obviously you just want to add a new price source. You type in the name here, e-vestige BS2, and then you paste the string into this part, and there we have it. Boom, that's the e-vestige BS2. Now I already have the price sources set up here, so I can't show you exactly how to do it, but that's the gist of it. You get the string you get from the spreadsheet. Now the other thing you absolutely are gonna have to spend a lot of time doing is what I'm doing right here: cancel scanning. Legendaries are generally extremely competitive because they are very high price items, high sale rate, almost no deposit costs. They are the perfect item to focus all of your cancel scanning effort into, and there's a lot of people doing that. There's even some non-humans, bots that are doing it, sadly. I have no idea exactly how prevalent they are. I'm still getting loads of sales, even if some of them exist, but you will have to do some cancel scanning if you want to get extraordinary results. If you just repost now and then, you'll get some sales, but if you want to see the millions that this item is capable of generating, then you need to do cancel scans. There's really no way around it, sadly. It might not be your favorite thing to do, but it's just too effective to pass up. Now, a question I've been getting a lot: is it too late to level recipes? It's something that a lot of people are considering. If you can afford to level a recipe to rank, max rank, and craft at least one rank 7, then in my opinion it's not yet too late. It is risky though, and you will absolutely have to have the time to cancel scan quite significantly. Obviously you're not going to go for every recipe, you're going to go for the primarily good ones, and you should check out my video on what are the good recipe slots, or the legendary slots that are good in 9.2. I'd guesstimate that you need to sell somewhere between 10 and 15 legendaries at rank 7 to make back the gold you spent on leveling that recipe. And at this point, I think that's certainly possible. But for every day that passes, every week that passes, it's going to be less possible. It's definitely sort of this is the last chance to get in. I'll probably level 1 or 2 recipes, like even this week if I can, or invest some of the early gold I make, because I have a server right now. So far I've leveled 4 legendary recipes, and I might want to add a couple more if I can on that server. It depends on what sort of sales I see from the item level 262 gear. I can't tell you exactly when it's going to be too late. That's impossible to know. It also depends on how often you repost, how much you like cancel scanning and all that stuff. But personally, I definitely think that it's not yet too late. So, guys, that's it. That's what you need to know to get going with rank 7 legendaries. If you need a TSM setup, then it's linked in the blog post that's linked in the video description. So head on over there. And you can get going with posting all of them to the auction house. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I'm expecting to make a lot of gold from this market. I think it's gonna be the one last hurrah. Like personally, I'm hoping to make somewhere in the 50 to 60 million gold profit from rank 7 legendaries. Yeah, let's hope I can make it. If you're joining this market, then hopefully you can make some millions there as well. This is definitely the kind of market that can make you millions. So with that, I wish you all a profitable week. Thanks for watching. Leave a like, leave a comment if you learned something. That way you'll get more helpful videos from me in the future. So, goodbye guys!